Hi everyone, today is going to be a reading on, well this reading is, I've got a few readings to do with clients as well. This is on Princess of Wales, Catherine Middleton. Is she going to have another royal baby? So royal, I've added the word royal, the fourth royal baby in 2024. Now, I don't really like to, if you know my readings, I don't like to bring negative energy. I don't like to call out cards where I feel that I could have power into being. But this is actually not, it's not like positive, but it's something I'm getting that's, I'm just going to share, okay? And then we're going to go into the asking the cards and tuning in psychically with the answer. And the answer, there's two questions, a twofold question in this. So let me just put this down. As usual, I don't have something to put it on and then you get all black marks on my forgot what I call it. Okay. So a couple of weeks ago, it was, I would say it would be a month. What I get is that the Princess of Wales has very recently suffered a miscarriage, or will in the very early part of 2024, very early part of 2024. Now, this is not something that would be announced, okay, because the fetus or the baby was still very, was still growing basically. It's before, usually there's a period of announcing, someone's pregnant. And I think it's around the 3rd month, I'm not really sure. But this is prior to when an announcement would generally be made. And I don't just mean as royals, I mean also as us as humans. Some families really believe not to announce until there's that safe period over. And this is prior to that. So she's either just suffered it in the past 6 weeks, give it 8 weeks if you wish, since I got this like 4, I was getting 4, a strong 4 2 weeks ago, or in the very early part. So given that needs to be of a consideration in the cards that I'm going to read. Now, the tarot deck that's actually calling me is actually this deck, okay, which is the traditional deck. And I'm just going to cleanse it again. I hope everyone is well. Okay. I'd love to know in the comments if any of you have like an answer intuitively, or maybe you use, what's wrong with my word finding today? Tools, divination tools on stuff like this, or, especially as it was requested. So if I'm held back from sharing anything, I will do it, but I'll do the reading again, okay? Maybe it's not the right time to do the reading. I wasn't feeling called. I was feeling called to it about 3 days ago. Didn't get time when I said that I'd get it up the same day. I'll try and do it. And then I just wasn't in the right energy. You've got to be in the right energy. The first one out was 3 of Pentacles. I mean, if you just look at the cards and look at what I said psychically, you probably can see that I'm just getting like a couple of cards have fallen out, but it seems like they're not sitting right, and it's not because of them being good or bad. There's a deeper interpretation, but they don't mean anything. I don't like, they're not, there's cards that need to come out that either this is where it unfolds and I change the story, but I've got to remember the question I asked. Okay. So if you remember at the beginning, I said about a miscarriage. And can we just look at these cards? Let me just check where you can see. Okay. I'll just move these up a little bit. The Eight of Cups, the Tower, the Justice, okay, and the Five. Right, what can you see? Okay, so I'm just going to leave it there, and then we've got, okay, the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, the Eight of Cups, the Tower moment, the Justice, the Five of Swords, and then we had this. At the bottom of the deck is the Four of Cups, but then something called me to split the deck, and we've got the Fool, the new chapter. Okay, remember these three cards I'm going to discuss. These are the last three that came out. And remember what I said at the beginning, that I strongly psychically, without reading, was getting she suffered a miscarriage, or she will very early on in 2024. It's not where the baby is fully grown. It's not past the, so if another announcement is made around a miscarriage, but basically it's not, it's what I'm seeing, it's very, very, very early on, okay? Now, there might be some treatment that she gets, okay, in terms of to get pregnant. Well, basically here I see, you know, this is where the miscarriage that I mentioned has occurred, or is going to occur basically, before she gets pregnant, again in 2024. You know, we've got the Three of Pentacles here. This is your hospital, your doctors, okay? And then she's holding on. And the heartbreak comes in with the loss. And there's the loss as well. And there's the Tower moment. We've also then got the Justice card that brings back into balance. But with that, what's interesting is the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords is really, you know, it's about conflict that we've been in. It's about, you know, it can be where you're really in your sort of internal conflict as well as external conflict, and maybe that's weighed heavy on her. But if it's the shadow side where it's internal conflict, that's where you know, that's where I'm sensing it more, due to what she's probably endured. But this Five also means a change is coming in. So there's, you know, there's a victory that comes in after a great cost, and that cost was the miscarriage. And it could also mean that she gets treatment for the next baby, you know, whether it's, I'm not saying she's infertile or someone's infertile, but there's things that, you know, even people who are healthy and fertile, as they get, for example, now women in their 40s are having IVF to have babies. And I'm not saying that she needs that, but there could be something around also getting treatment for aiding the next fourth baby. And so the question is, will she get pregnant in 2024? Okay. And I see a yes. Okay. I see a very strong possibility of a yes here. And I was psychically getting that after what I said in terms of a miscarriage. And that's why I didn't say, will she have a baby in 2024? Because what I was getting was that. Now I want to pull a couple of more cards because I'd like to see a couple of cards that is going to confirm it even more. Okay, let's go. So here I've got the bottom of the deck when I stopped shuffling was the Knight of Cups. And we can see there's a lot of love and there's a delivery of, again, it's all in the emotions. There's a delivery of something new. There's a putting down of heavy burdens. And I feel that's where, you know, it was the original loss. There's the recognition. Maybe the baby gets announced this time round, okay? And the end of that other chapter and the new chapter of being pregnant comes in. And there's the Queen of Wands, someone who's really passionate, someone who is adventurous. And I split the deck. That's one of the cards I was looking for, the delivery of the Ace of Pentacles, okay? So for me, there's a strong yes here. What I would say is that I'm going to probably read on this. And if you're interested, just, you know, remind me around maybe Feb, March time. Again, because of what I said is going to happen, and the cards said that. Okay, now I want to ask a second question, and I'm being called to another deck for this question. Beautiful deck. So will she get pregnant in 2024? Yes, obviously. Almighty God, I do believe in God. If you don't believe in God, that's fine. We're all here to, you know, on the channel we don't have to have the same religion, cultural background, whatever it is. But this is why I'm sometimes reluctant on saying stuff where I see life and death in my readings. I might indicate, because I am not, and I don't claim to be, and I don't believe any psychic should, because we can get it wrong. And secondly, above us and beyond us, there is the Almighty, the angels and the spirit guides. But when I'm strongly confident in something, I'll hold back. But this is a reading that has this direct question and I can't hold back on it, and I feel like I can say it. So, you know, I've shared what I have there. Now I'm going to ask the next question, and psychically I have an answer as well. Well, let's see what we get, and I'm going to explain what I've just asked. I feel like I'm a bit of a serious tone today. A serious topic. Okay, let's lighten it up. Where's my bell? Right, I'm just going to ring my bell, lighten up the energy a little bit from the trauma. And if anyone was falling asleep, you're wide awake now. Okay, second question. I didn't ask, and there's already Prince William who's jumped out. Okay, but I've not asked the question, so I'm not going to. Interested in the bottom of the deck is the Death card, okay? Right, let's go. Second question, please. Spirit, only show me what you wish for me to share. Only show me what you wish for me to share. Only show me what you wish for me to share. Please only show me what you wish for me to share. Okay. I want to pull more cards. But I do want to share with you what I've got so far. And we've got, I'm going to bring them up. I know you can't see them. The Eight of Swords, right? And when I grabbed it in reverse, which was a sense of feeling helpless. A sense of feeling helpless. And then there's a recovery here. So maybe there's still the energy that I was talking to initially. There's an awakening. Okay. There's an awakening. There's a realization that happens here. I'm getting more messages around the Four of Swords. I'll get into that in a moment. And then the Knight of Cups comes in, all right? The one that we said here, that was in the original deck. So there's definitely still confirming a pregnancy. And there's the King of Cups. And I feel like this is Prince William. That needs to be the supportive that comes in. Okay. Okay, so. Okay. So, you know, the messages around the Four of Swords is really about okay, 1 second. Because the cards are proving what I want to say psychically, but I just want to it's interesting because they keep coming out very similar cards. So I think the energy is not actually wishing to say, and I think I know why, because psychically I feel like she will get pregnant, but the baby might be in 2025, and that's what I was picking up all along. Now when I was seeing the Four of Swords though, I was seeing this is where she's pregnant. And what's interesting here is that with the Four of Swords, we've definitely got that deepening of the love. And there's the Queen of Swords here and the High Priestess. Then we also got the Knight of Swords, which is the announcement, and the Ten of Pentacles and the Six of Wands, the announcement and then the public knowing, okay? Now there's something about, I just want to ask a card because I feel like there's something that Spirit wants me to hold back. And so I want to hold back if so. Six of Swords, she's still swimming away from, you know, what the first part, what I mentioned in the first part, into the new direction. And I think they're going to get a blessing. We might not know it. I think they're going to get a blessing from a pope, or, you know, it's sort of like a priest or something. I think they're going to get a blessing from a priest. She might actually have a baby who's a fire sign, who has a fire in their chart. It could be Sagittarius. or any of the other fire placements. I'm getting Sagittarius in top placements, and I'm also getting there could be air in their top placements. Yeah, there's still a bit, there's going to be an element of healing during the year as well. There's a star card here. I'm going to have to cover her a little bit. There we go. There's the star card. And there's the, sort of taking a step back with the Four of Swords. What I'm getting in these cards is she will get pregnant, but there's an element of the energy might waver. The energy is not really coming through in terms of confirming that it will be in 2024 that she has the baby. Okay, now I'm just going to ask a question, and I was feeling that it might be, either late or 2025. But let's just see, because, with what has happened, the energy can actually waver, and I am just being very sensible in my reading right now. But if you're asking me, I said she's going to have a miscarriage, and that will be something that's very, very early on if she's not already just suffered it. And she's going to be taking some time around that. There is something around probably also maybe some medical, either extra medical attention, not because she's going to be in ill health, but just making sure this baby's going to be fine, or if they need some treatment. And I also see a bit of a blessing that once she does get pregnant, so she will get pregnant. 1 second, please. The Hangman comes out. So what is key for her is to actually listen to her body, and also okay, so what's come through, if you remember in one of the readings, I was saying about food, and sometimes in certain chapters in our life food disorders can come in. So I think she needs to listen to her body, and she also needs to listen to her intuition, as opposed to being in her maybe in a intellectual mind. I think she's going to have some spiritual kind of awakenings, or she's going to be delving into herself more than she has in the past in 2024. This sounds like a tarot reading for her. So I do see early 2025 being more of the promising year for the baby. So getting pregnant and then having the baby in 2025. I see the cards that I have here are more promising for that. The energy is more confirming, as opposed to, and I can see a card at the bottom of the deck, but I just want to turn it over. Okay, and I'm not going to pull it out. But, and there's some passion there. But there's your new chapter as well. So what we'll do is, I think we'll read on it during the early part. But yes, I do get she is going to have a pregnancy. From the cards, I see that will be announced. But the baby might not be until 2025, right? And as you can see here, the cards have kind of confirmed psychically what I was getting as well. So I hope you enjoyed this. You're probably thinking, I could have done this in 2 minutes. Okay, so it's nothing to do with that. If you're a client that came to me and said, will I get pregnant, can you tell me what you see and stuff? this could have taken like 2 minutes, or I would have answered it in the comments, but I wanted to see what the cards came up. And I like to be very careful in terms of what I share on someone's energy, and also not bring out anything that is going to waver that energy. And I also don't like to bring in clickbait stuff, so people just hone in on certain energies, because that can also change energies for the person. So psychically I had the answer, and you could see, and the cards have told us more or less in line with that. Like I said, there is something that occurs that could waver the time frame a little bit, but other than that, I think we're going to have a fourth royal baby coming up with, you know, like a year or a bit. But yeah, so that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please do like and comment. And also, if you want me to read on anything else, happy to do so, in terms of questions. And also, if you want any of my services or personal reading, then please do contact me in the email in the description box below. I've had a few energy healing clients, quite a few actually, recently over the past couple of days, so that's why I've been busy and not been able to get this up as I'd like to on that day, and the energy needs to go to those clients. So everyone, I hope you enjoyed this. Please do catch your readings as well, and I will see you in the next one, beautiful souls. Take care of yourselves, and bye for now.